So the Premier League has already kicked off and it has a very good start. Arsenal are already the laughingstock of the Premier League with just one game and a very controversial Sheffield United goal disallowed. A lot to talk about, but this is not going to be about them. This is going to be about Manchester United. So let's kick off the Manchester United versus Tottenham, Jose Mourinho versus Ole Gunnar Solskjaer match prediction. Let's do it. What's up everybody, it's Aidan Sports Show. Welcome back to another video. This is going to be a Manchester United predictions video. Very interesting concept, one of the biggest matches of this week with Manchester United and Tottenham, with Jose Mourinho versus Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We're going to have a very important return against Jose and Tottenham to see if Manchester United can make the top four. So before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Aidan Sports Show YouTube channel, turn notifications on, share the video and the playlist, help try and get this community as big as it could possibly be, man. And you gotta, if Manchester United win, guys, you have to subscribe. I'm going to be making a reaction video at the very end of the game. It's gonna happen probably around 20 minutes to half an hour after the game. It will probably be uploaded, but nevertheless, let's get into the most important things about Manchester United versus Tottenham. First of all, the interview with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Big shout out to Marcus Rashford for all of the work he's been doing with helping children get fed during this difficult time, especially in England when schools are still not opening. It's very, very tough over there. And yeah, a big shout out for all those individuals that were helping Marcus Rashford, all the companies involved. That is an incredible feat to reach, and I'm very, very proud that that's a Manchester United player doing justice for the world. Fantastic, I'm honoured. And again, Marcus Rashford, very big thank you from, you may not be doing it outside of England, but the whole world respects and supports you for the things that you've been doing. So congratulations. Anyway, time to get into the actual prediction itself. So the formation, this has been something that's been very, very debated over the course of time. There's about 3 formations that people really think that could potentially be played against Tottenham. Obviously, the normal 4-2-3-1, which is the formation I think we're going to go with. The 4-3-3, which is probably the best one to go with. And the 5-3-2. Now, the reason why the 5-3-2 is being brought up is because the actual lineup is potentially leaked from Manchester United. Now, to be honest, I think majority of the leaks from Manchester United is wrong. So I don't think this lineup is going to be a 5-3-2. I really think that we're going for a 4-2-3-1. I really think we're going to be playing the best lineup we possibly can. People that are informed, people that have been given the opportunity before the break, etc. That's what's going to be happening here. So that's the lineup I'm going to go with. Now, into who I think will be starting. So, the starting 11 for Manchester United. At goal, obviously, David De Gea. World's best goalkeeper. He's been superb this season. A lot of people don't give him the credit this season because he hasn't been doing those spectacular saves that we usually see out of him every single game. But he's been quietly one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League this season. And again, it helps to have a better defense because it means that he doesn't get highlighted a lot, and I think our defense has been better, and that's why David De Gea hasn't been given that significant stage of highlight. But he's still world class, and I think bar the mistakes he's made a few mistakes this season, he's been doing his job fairly well. And I know last season is a big topic of discussion. People still think he's not good this season, but for me, I think he's been superb. I think people don't really understand the fact that he's been very solid, and that's all we really needed from him. Going in to the right back position, this one's fairly straightforward. I'm assuming everybody's going to be healthy because that's what Ollie said. So I'm going for Wan-Bissaka here. No reason why Wan-Bissaka shouldn't be playing. World-class right back, defensively amazing. He's going to hopefully keep Son quiet, which is what we're going to need. And hopefully our centre-backs can do the job on Harry Kane. Wan-Bissaka, if we are going to play attacking formation, Wan-Bissaka is going to need to develop a little bit of a crossing game, which he's been doing very well over the space of the lockdown period. Before that, obviously, he's got 2 assists from crossing, so he can be better, but still, it's a work in progress, and I really think he's actually better than people say. But nevertheless, it can definitely be better, and hopefully it will be better. Going into the centre-back positions, I'm going to stick with the centre-back pairing that we've had for a long time, even though I don't really agree with it. So I'm going to go for Victor Lindelof first. We all know Victor Lindelof's strengths and weaknesses, don't we? We know that he is a very intellectual footballer. He's very intelligent. He knows how to pass the ball out from the back, but he does get dominated in the air. And Tottenham is a team that could be quite threatening in the air, especially from set pieces. So with that being said, will Manchester United risk Victor Lindelof in this game? The answer for me is 100% they will. I definitely think Victor Lindelof is a shoo-in to start. Maybe Eric Bailly as a sleeper pick, but we have a lot of injured centre-backs, so I think Victor Lindelof is going to be the one that's going to start, because he's the one that seems to be getting less injured compared to everybody else. Next up, the one that will be dominant in the air, but not really dominant anywhere else. Still fantastic centre-back in my eyes, Harry Maguire. Now, I'm pretty sure last time we versed Spurs, Harry Maguire did keep Harry Kane quiet. So I'm hoping for a repeat performance here. Manchester United are in need of Harry Maguire to play at his best. Now, before the lockdown period, Harry Maguire was the captain, and he was starting to develop his game into a very, very respectable game. A game where he would dominate in the air. He's good passing out from the back, but he's suspect with pace. Now, this is why we're probably going to be playing a 4-2-3-1. So either we have two CDMs that can neglect the speed factor that Harry Maguire might have to get into, or we might even play a 3-5-2, so Harry Maguire is the middle of both very pacey centre-backs, or at least Luke Shaw would probably be. But nevertheless, I think Harry Maguire will do fantastically this game, and I think this game rather suits him. I don't think that Spurs have the paciest of players. I don't think they're going to be playing Lucas Moura. I think Harry Kane's going to start with Son and maybe Moura or someone else on the wing, which our fullbacks will hopefully have the responsibilities to take care of. Speaking of the left-back position, wow. Now, this one is probably the toughest of the lot, to be honest, because you have Brandon Williams, who apparently is doing very well in training, but you also have Luke Shaw, who we know has had a tremendous couple of months before, obviously, the lockdown. He was doing superb, playing left back amazingly, playing the left of the centre back amazingly. So I guess it depends, but I think I'm going to go for Luke Shaw here. Not real much reason, but I feel like Luke Shaw might be the better player here. Maybe Brandon Williams, maybe it's just too big of a game for him. I'm not really sure why Man United would go for Brandon Williams, but either way, I'll be happy with either or. It just really depends on what you guys want. Who do you choose? Luke Shaw is who I'm choosing. I think Luke Shaw will do very well this game. And hopefully rustiness isn't a thing, otherwise that we might be in trouble. I don't know. Going into the two CDMs. Now, this is difficult as well, because we have McTominay, Matic, and Fred. Those are the three that we're and Pogba. So those are the three that we're going to be picking from. But something tells me we're going to be sticking to a very similar formation, very similar players that we had before the break. So that means Pogba might have to sit out here. Already people are saying that Pogba's not going to start. I feel like Pogba needs to work his way in. I don't think he just walks in, because he hasn't played for a very long time. He hasn't played really at all this season. Maybe, 5 games at best? It's not enough. And I think he needs to work his way up from the bench to the top. That's where Pogba needs to start from at the moment. It might not be the best. He might not be the happiest by doing that, but he needs to prove that he can be still rather consistent towards the end of the season. We have to go based on points, not based on quality, because he might have the quality, but he might not be able to use his quality because he hasn't played enough. You know what? That's at least that's what I'm trying. That's what, in my mind, that's what I think. So I'm gonna go for Matic here. Someone that was in form, someone that has rather decent quality, and someone in the end that can end up having a decent game, holding off Spurs' attack, which I don't think Spurs' attack is all that great. So Matic could definitely do a job there. And Fred. Those are the two I'm going for. Fred is we all know Fred, man. He's basically the player of the year for most people, if not Wan-Bissaka. So if you go for anybody else but Fred, I really think it's a mistake for Manchester United. You have to pick Fred. And maybe Matic sits out for Pogba, maybe McTominay comes in, but Fred needs to be a starter. He needs to be a shoo-in for that position. And I hope down the line, we might be talking about a different story. Maybe we're writing a different book. But for now, Fred starts. I don't think it's anywhere near close for anybody else at the moment. Fred has to start. And then obviously in the cam position, our saviour, Bruno Fernandes. This guy was linked to Spurs, so it's going to be interesting to see how he plays against Spurs. But I think it's pretty straightforward that he's going to have a good game. He's had a good game since he's come here. I don't think he's had a really terrible game. So he looks to be faster and better, according to what people are saying around training. He's apparently very, a lot better than when we got him. He's he's a lot faster, and he seems to be more sharp. He's gotten better, and that's brilliant. From a lockdown period, people are saying that about him. That's brilliant, but it all doesn't mean anything if you can't perform it in the game. And I think Bruno has that mentality. He's going to perform it in the game, and at the end of the day, that's all we can ask for from a player and from a team perspective as well. Now, the three wingers. Alrighty. I think you guys know who I'm talking about. I mean the two wingers and the striker, but I think you guys know this. So I'm going to pick Dan James, obviously. We need a pacey player that could take Tottenham's defence, who are not very pacey at all. We need a player that can get behind. We need a player that can create opportunities. We need a player that is willing to work very hard, and Dan James is that player. I think Dan James is perfect for this game. I really believe Dan James is perfect for this game. Not only does he get back on defense, but he hustles. It's like gut running. He runs, even if it hurts. He will run, and he will work very hard for Manchester United. He's gotten his rest now. 3 months rest. He should be ready to go. He should be ready to go, and he should be performing very well. That's what I expect from Daniel James, and I think I will be proven right on that. I really think Daniel James is a must for this game. The effort that he brings on the wings, I think they will catch Tottenham's defence out, because I think Tottenham's defence is not very pacey. It's good structurally, obviously with Jose Mourinho being the boss. It has to be good structurally, but I think Dan James can break it down. Also, another player that can break it down on the left wing, Marcus Rashford. Big debate here, because I said Pogba shouldn't start, but Rashford should. The real question I have is, who else will start if Rashford doesn't start? Mason Greenwood's not naturally a winger, so I don't expect him to be starting here. Who else do we have? Sanchez isn't back yet. Even if Sanchez was back, I don't want him starting. So who else is there? Unless we bring in Chong, people don't like Chong. So it has to be Rashford. It has to be Rashford. And he might get taken off at halftime, might get taken off 60 minutes, whatever it is. He should be starting this game, and I really think he'll make an impact. And Martial, obviously the striker. No real questions there. I feel like Martial is just a bubble ready to burst. Like, honestly, he's had such a good season, considering he's had 2 months injury. Same with Rashford. These two players are waiting for one full healthy season of them being able to play together, and they will destroy other teams. We have the pace to do it. We have the quality to do it. I feel like it's their time. Their time's coming very soon, and especially with Bruno behind them, that can give them those passes and score those goals that they can get from them. It's honestly a good team. This is a good Manchester United team, and that's my starting 11. We have 5 substitutions, so that's a big thing as well, considering that we usually have 3. Manchester United can go full all-out attack if we're losing, but we can also park the hell out of that bus if we're winning. So each to their own, I guess. I hope we don't park the bus, but maybe if we're winning 3-4-0, we go defensive. Who knows? But this game's going to be very tight. This game's going to be very close, and all of our players are going to be rusty. I believe that 100% in my heart. I don't think we're going to score many goals this game, and I don't think Tottenham are going to score many goals either. So the prediction I'm going with, and I hope to God this is not the prediction, that this is not going to be the actual result. I'm going for a 1-1 draw between Manchester United and Tottenham. It's sad, but I think it's realistic. Like, I don't want to be biased, man. I know I'm a Man United fan, but I do not want to be biased towards my team. If I think there's a chance that we are going to lose, I have to say it. There is a chance we lose this game. if I think that we're probably going to draw, I have to say it, and that's exactly what I think. I think we're going to draw. There is a chance to lose, but the best thing I could possibly say is we have a chance to win as well. We have a very good chance to win. So Manchester United and its fans, we're going to be excited. I'm pumped. I'm ready to go because Manchester United, we're going to be back and we're going to be new. This is a new Manchester United team. We have our players healthy. We have Pogba healthy. We have Bruno and Pogba potentially playing together. We have Martial and Rashford playing together again. We have all the things that we've been missing back right now, but so do Spurs, and that's why this is a very interesting game. Spurs have Son back. Spurs have Kane back. Spurs have their attack, which is something they haven't had in a long time, and Jose, they're gonna have to fight for it, aren't they? Now, speaking of Jose, obviously this is a big game. Not many people want to talk about Jose Mourinho, but I think Jose Mourinho is really outmatched in the terms of his tactics. If he's going to park the bus at home, even with there's no fans, that's going to be very difficult to do against Manchester United because we're going to be parking the bus as well, most likely, trying to hit them on the break. So this game is going to be very, very tight, and that's what I truly believe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. There's going to be a reaction. Oh man, it's going to be 5:15 in the morning when the game starts, so I'm going to be making a reaction at at least 7:30. Oh my goodness, someone help me, man. Why do I do these things? Oh man, imagine waking up at 5 a.m. and doing a reaction at 7 a.m. Oh my goodness, it's not pretty. I'm probably going to be tired as hell, but as a YouTuber, I promise these things and I hope I can deliver on them. Anyway, have a wonderful and safe day. Take care and peace.